the mid-year book freakout tag. Mid-year tag. Let me see what it's called. I don't know what they call it. It's an update time, mid-year. Gets ready to film a video, doesn't know what it's called. Mid-year book tag. Okay, that sounds good. The mid-year book tag. Okay, so sorry if the audio is a little bit off. I found out just like 5 minutes ago when setting up this shot that my microphone was on for I don't even know how long. That's just lovely, you know? So basically I drained the battery and I have no idea where replacement batteries could possibly be, so I might have to just order that. Yeah, that's just great. But anyway, welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Tanya, and today we're going to be doing the mid-year book tag. It's a series of like 12 questions? 13. Lucky number 13. 13 questions that just basically gives you guys an update on my reading throughout the year. It is the 4th of July weekend, so it is just about the perfect mid-year check-in to see what is going on. I haven't really been reading all that much because I've been super busy. According to Goodreads, I think I'm like 6 books behind my challenge. My challenge this year is to read about 50 books, and it says I'm 16 books in, so I'm 9 books behind schedule. That's fine, that's okay. But let's go ahead and get into the first question. So the first question is, best book you've read so far in 2024? That's definitely gonna have to be 1984. I kind of feel so bad for saying that because like I haven't read much, so I don't have a lot to go off of, but 1984 by George Orwell has to be my favorite read of the year so far. A close second is The Outsiders, but I still haven't finished the last portion of it, so I can't really say that, you know, weighs a little bit more. Which one's more enjoyable? Oh man. George Orwell's book definitely feels like it's like an educational kind of look. It's definitely detailed and it feels more like lifelike compared to The Outsiders, which is fiction. Maybe The Outsiders is more enjoyable. It's like an escape kind of thing. But definitely 1984 is the best book of 2024. Thus far. Best sequel you've read so far in 2024. That would be Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you.
I still am not finished with that book, so that's the only sequel I can give you guys. I typically don't read series or trilogies or quadruplies. I don't know what you would call that. A quartet? I don't know. Is that right? I typically don't read series like that. They just don't really track. They don't like pull me in. They don't track me. Chamber of Secrets. Still reading that. A new release you haven't read yet but want to. So that's pretty easy. I'm very interested in Funny Story. I know a lot of people have been talking about Funny Story. Basically, according to Goodreads, this was published on April 23rd, 2024. And I'm just gonna read you guys the little blurb that Goodreads gives us. So it says here, because I couldn't even tell you, it's kind of confusing. It seems like it's about exes and people who are like kind of crossing paths and people are kind of exchanging people or something like that. But it says here, a shimmering, joyful new novel about a pair of opposites with the wrong thing in common. Daphne always loved the way her fiance Peter told their story. How they met on a blustery day, fell in love over an errant hat. Is this even right? Hold on. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, okay, it is totally right. See, I don't know anything about it, but Funny Story is, let me continue. So, where was I? How they met on a blustery day, fell in love over an errant hat, and moved back to his lakeside hometown to begin their life together. He really was good at telling it, right up to until the moment he realized he was actually in love with his childhood best friend, Petra. Can you imagine? Which is how Daphne begins her new story. So she's stranded in beautiful Waning Bay, Michigan without friends or family, but with a dream job as a children's librarian that barely pays the bills. That sounds like so much fun! And proposing to be roommates with the only person who could possibly understand her predicament, Petra's ex, Miles Nowak. Nowak. Sounds like a Native American kind of name.
No, it's off! Don't leave, please! No, it's off!
Scruffy and chaotic with a penchant for taking solace in the sounds of heartbreak, love ballads. Miles is exactly the opposite of practical, buttoned-up Daphne, whose co-workers know so little about her. They have a running bet that she's either FBI or in witness protection. The roommates mainly avoid one another until one day, while drowning their sorrows, they form a tenuous friendship and a plan. Is said plan. And a plan, period. Is said plan also involves posting deliberately misleading photos of their summer adventures together. Well, who could blame them? But it's all just for show, of course, because there's no way Daphne would actually start her new chapter by falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex, right? That's confusing. I'm still confused. She's falling in love with her ex-fiance. I'm hyperventilating. It's, I don't know. Like, somebody in the comment must be like, it's not that difficult. Her ex's fiance's ex loves her ex, and that way she's with the roommate's ex-friend's ex. What? Like, I can't. Okay, so you guys, funny story. So this should be a funny story. I see a lot of people enjoying this. This is definitely the year of Emily Henry. I just came back actually from a road trip where I was reading Beach Read. Oh, that one's pretty good. I like the way it started. So I'm ready to, continue with all of Emily Henry's works. I'm enjoying it. Favorite author? No. But I'm definitely enjoying it. But yeah, that's confusing. I have to turn off the camera and think about that. It's like trying to, it's a conundrum. It's like, it's upside down in my head. I can't. Number 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. So it's definitely going to be Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. That's the sequel to Better Than the Movies. That book is just so cutesy. It's got you giggling. It's giving you warm, fuzzy feelings. You quickly take on to those characters, Wes and Liz Buxbaum. I love her last name. It's so fun. I loved Butter. I loved Sorry. I love Better Than the Movies a lot. I thought it was just simple and cute. Nothing too problematic in there. Except for the main character. She did lie a little bit, which gives you a little bit of anxiety.
Do you want to know what else you were doing while you were doing your little lie dance?
Lie dance?
She kind of lied a little bit to her friend throughout the book, but it wasn't anything too major. I really enjoyed that, and I'm so looking forward to Nothing Like the Movies, which is supposed to come out sometime in the fall, maybe September or October. So maybe, just maybe, I might actually go to Barnes and pick that up, which I never, ever do, but I probably won't. Okay. Let's see. Number 5, biggest disappointment. That is so easy. And I'm so happy. This is the very reason why it's not likely that I would actually go pick up Nothing Like the Movies. I probably would just do a Libby or library run to go get that book. But biggest disappointment was Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I even remembered her freaking name, the author's name, which is not likely, okay? Why did I not like this book? It was just too smutty, I guess. It was just too much smut. Not enough was going on in this book except for just a lot of smut. I can't describe it any other way. But I didn't care about these extra side characters. I thought that the leads just got into it way too quickly. Yeah, like I don't know. This is a big fat fail for me. I did not enjoy that book whatsoever. And I actually was like, am I thinking that Ali Hazelwood's books might have been better than that one? I think so. That's just me. That's my preference. So, I don't know. Biggest surprises so far. I have to say they're good surprises, right? Something can be good and then something could be a bad surprise, right? It depends on the person. I personally don't like surprises. I really don't, whether they're good or bad. That's not fun for me. Biggest surprise was how much I loved The Outsiders and how much I really am detached and am not loving Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. Yeah, we'll go over into that a little bit more during like a 24-hour readathon, which I'm trying to desperately finish. It hasn't been going very well. Yeah. Favorite new author, debut, or new to you? I'm like, how can you call them a favorite if you've only read one? I know. That's the question, right? If you've only read like one book from them. But I suppose maybe Katie Bailey. She has this book that's called So That Happened. I like that book. It was just so sweet, simple. It was vanilla, I suppose. Just banal a little bit. Banal, is the banal the right word? No, banal is not the right word. Sorry. I don't know. I'm looking for no. That's definitely not it. Not overdone, cliched. I mean, it is cliched, but like in a good way. Like this was what I was expecting, and it was given to me, and I was very satisfied and happy. Banal is not truly the word I was trying to find. Maybe I'm looking for the mundaneness of the book. It's just a classic rom-com that you can sink your teeth into, and it's, you know, not problematic. And I felt like what my favorite part about the book was the lack of miscommunication. Towards the end, it got a little bit, you know, there's always going to be something that goes over somebody's head, or maybe they don't want to divulge in these rom-coms, but the lack of it, like, I like when these characters typically just say the thing. Like, don't keep it from your, you know, SO, significant other, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, you know? So that's something that I liked about that author. She just kind of laid it out. It's a really cute story. So That Happened by Katie Bailey. Oh, and also Jeffrey Eugenides, I think that's how you say his name. The Virgin Suicides. I want to go look up other books from this guy. I love The Virgin Suicides, which I will be reading again during the fall. I love that book. It is just so 70s, mossy green carpet, buzzing mood lighting, like wooden panels, sadness, a sense of suburban life that's like very humid and dry at the same time. It has a very tater-tot Napoleon Dynamite life to it. But yeah, I love Jeffrey Eugenides. Excellent. I love The Virgin Suicides, and oh, that story is really something. It follows basically these 5 sisters, which I really was happy to read about. I always like reading about sisters because I have 2 sisters of my own, and they end up one after the other. All of them go in their own way, and it's just so like, it's like gray, it's moody, it's dark, it's like stomach churning, and I loved it. So Jeffrey did his thing, okay? Number 8, newest fictional crush, or it could be newest favorite character. Typically I don't like to divulge those kind of things because it's like, hey, you get to know me a little bit, but I like this guy, Max, from Lynn Painter's book. I've been reading more rom-coms because I was like, oh, the beginning of the year did not start all that well. I haven't been reading too many works of art, too many heavy like publications, heavy works, like classics. Okay, except for like 1984. So I picked up a few more rom-coms to just pass the time, I suppose. Nothing is wrong as reading a few simple rom-coms, you know what I mean? But if we're talking about a fictional crush, yeah, Max from Lynn Painter's Happily Never After. I just like his character. He's fun. And then there's my sister really, his name is this. Daryl from The Outsiders. I mean, do I need to say any more? He has that hero character. He is very like Superman. He has these Superman qualities, responsible. He has to take care of his little brothers. And of course, the actor who plays him in The Outsiders, I mean, he's a stunner. So that would be him. Okay. Yeah, he has like this leading quality about him. So I really like Derry. And then I can't say I like this character, but I like the actor who plays him, Dallas, from The Outsiders as well. So it's not really much of a contest if we're talking about that. He's kind of scary, the Matt Dillon one. But, you know, but Derry really is like up there. He's the one that I want. That's a different dancing movie. Okay. I just love. Okay, so number 9, newest favorite character. Okay, I thought that would have been Winston from 1984. I really did. I was like, this guy is a renegade. He's a revolutionary. Like he's trying to break through the party. But then things shift. By the time part 2 and part 3 roll around, things change a lot that did not make me lose respect for him, but definitely downgraded the way that I viewed him as a man. Okay, so I was really liking Winston as a favorite character for the beginning portion of the 1984 book, but it changed. But if I have to say my favorite character out of all the books I've been reading, it has to be Pony Boy Curtis in 1984 in The Outsiders. Oh man, Pony Boy. So basically he's like the main protagonist in S.E. Hinton's novel, The Outsiders. And he has so many different admirable qualities that make him like stand out. All these different character traits. Amazing, amazing. So he's like intelligent and thoughtful, academically inclined, which you can really see during his moments of writing and reading. Like, I also feel that Ponyboy is very sensitive and empathetic. He kind of like absorbs and understands the struggles that his brothers, I want to call them brothers because they're all like a gang of brothers, go through, the struggles that they all experience, especially with his interactions with Johnny. Oh, he's just so kind and just what a sweet, sweet boy. After having so many different circumstances thrown at him, I love Ponyboy, and I feel like he's pretty courageous as well. Like, now we're just going through character traits of Ponyboy. He's resilient, he's loyal. Yeah, I guess I don't have to go too far, but he's artistic. Even just looking at the moment where we're talking about Stay Gold with the sunrise, I believe it was like dawn. Like, he just really sees through the beauty in life, the slowing down of things, looking at the stars with Cherry Valance and things like that. So yeah, Ponyboy is all these different things. I love, love, love him. And he just really just does a lot of like self-reflection. Obviously this book is told by his perspective. He's like the narrator, and you're in his head and you just see how much of a sweet, sweet boy he is. Okay, I think that's enough about Ponyboy. Ooh, number 10, books that made you cry. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not really a big crier when it comes to books. I guess we would have to scour the internet, the World Wide Web, online. Which one doesn't make me sound too old? Let me know. But I feel like we would have to do a poll or some type of question, community thing, where I would ask you guys to give me some books that maybe might be tearjerkers. I think the last time I cried for a book was in 2022, and that would have been Whitebird by R.J. Palacio and Finding Chica by Mitch Albom. I cried a little bit, just a little bit. My unforgiving, cold, callous heart won't allow me to cry all that much, but I typically don't, like, you really gotta move me. I think it typically would have to do with, it has to, like, if kids are getting hurt, I think that's where, like, you will definitely pull at my heartstrings and get me to be like, you know, what's going on here? I can't believe this, you know? So I'm not one to really cry, you know? But yeah, I've actually seen some people do videos on just books that would make them cry, which sounds like a lot of fun. So maybe in the future, maybe during the fall season where everybody's depressed, we can do something like that, even though I'm never depressed during the fall season. Okay. All right. So, book that made me happy. Okay, simple. Maybe Lynn Painter's Happily Never After, I guess. It got me, like, I really just was reading through it really fast. It made me smile. I can't say that it didn't. So I guess that made me happy. Yeah.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Number 12, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. I'll be right back. I forgot to bring them. Alrighty. I've been running up and down. Okay, I'm on a time constraint, which is why I'm like, frazzled. Razzled, dazzled, frazzled. Okay, next question. Number 12, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. So there are a couple. Yeah, if I had to think, I think these would be the most beautiful. So I have a gorgeous copy of The Lord of the Rings. I was gonna say Lord of the Dance. The Lord of the Rings by Tolkien, and you see the sprayed edges with that ruined hobbit like writing. I don't know what it's called. Middle Earth something. Here it is. You know what? Let me just stand up. There. Try to focus there. So this is just a gorgeous edition. They were having a sale on Amazon and I quickly grabbed it. Love, love, love it. I wish that the white was more white. It's kind of like a little off gray kind of thing. So that's one. I also got The Hobbit, same Tolkien, same kind of a look. So they'll look really, really nice together on a bookshelf. Beautiful sprayed edges and that funky writing again. There you are. I'm not taking them out of the plastic until I'm ready to use it. And I'm not ready to use my books quite yet. That might be next year. And then, of course, you guessed it, Tolkien again. So the Silmarillion. Yeah, so this is here. I may not even be the first to read it. My sister probably will end up reading this before me, which is fine. I kind of like this color combo. It just gives a youthful energy. The navy blue and this like lime. And then the writing is, of course, in red. I hope that comes through. Super pretty. I just love it so much. Okay, and then the power broker, Robert. What?
Robert, a young gentleman like you should dress for dinner.
Well, let's just poke around my old chifforobe and find you something suitable.
Robert Moses and the Fall of New York by Robert A. Caro. I don't know what it is. This was gifted to me. I didn't buy this one. I don't know what it is about this book, but something about it it's so bold. You know what I mean? The stark white with this kind of like, it gives it like a Roman Empire, you know, somebody who's building. I can't speak. Who's building this whole infrastructure, this whole monument of the United States in a sense. It's like, this is a massive city with New York, right? So yeah, like I think this book is just so gorgeous, and it makes me feel like I have like floor to ceiling windows in a very important part of Manhattan, and I don't know. It's just weird the way my head works, but I love this book cover. It's just so bold. I love the red on white, and then this kind of like this Roman bust appearance. It just looks so powerful, and I know it says the power broker. I guess that's the whole essence of it. I love this book cover. And this one might sound a little silly, but there's this book that is, I even pre-ordered it. That's how, and I never do that. There's this book coming out by Walter Wick, who's an illustrator, photographer type, and it's called Can You See What I See? It is so beautiful. I just love the cover, and I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. It's one of those kind of like I Spy books. I was gonna say don't judge me, but I was like, I don't care. I like it. You know what I mean? I like what I like. Sue me. Okay. Oh, and then the final question, which is probably my favorite question. Number 13, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So this is somewhat of a little bit of a mid-year TBR. I didn't set up any calendar goals for this year, unlike previous years, which I never meet. I never reach them at all. I didn't set up any calendar goals at all because of all the ongoings in my life. So busy, so everywhere, but I do have a few books that I would love to tackle before the end of the year, and I really terribly want to finish these large works that I started last year. You guys, I didn't finish it. I never got a chance to finish it because I literally moved not a few weeks after filming that video. But Les Miserables by Victor Hugo, I would love to finish that. Moby Dick by Herman Melville, I think it's doable. I also want to read Notre Dame de Paris, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's how you would say it, I think. By Victor Hugo again, right? And I want to get to 12th Night by William Shakespeare. That one is kind of the one that was the inspiration for She's the Man. Did I say that right? She's the Man took inspiration from that play. There, I think I said that right. So yeah, Duke Orsino, Viola, and all these people. I recall Emma saying that she didn't really like it, but I don't know. I think because I'm so biased towards She's the Man, that's definitely one of my, funny movies that I enjoy so much. I think I would really love it, but I'll give you guys my thoughts, and we'll probably be doing that in August as a back to school kind of thing. I don't know. It's all in my head. Okay. Ooh, there's this other book which it kind of gives the feeling of Leave the World Behind. It's called The Thing in the Snow by Sean Adams. So these people are in the middle of nowhere where it's extremely cold, winter conditions, tundra, and it's a little bit of a horror thriller type suspense, I suppose. And I saw a review that said, and I quote, "I don't think I'm smart enough for this book." I was like, oh no, don't say that, Yeah, that there are things missing in there, unanswered questions, but I'm like, sometimes that's just the way the book was meant to be, So it has nothing to do with your smarts. Maybe it's just a book that isn't for you. You just didn't enjoy it, okay? I think everybody is smart enough to read any book. You take it word by word, right? Oh, Little Wilm. You know why I said Wilm? Because of her last name. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I don't know. Little Women. Alcott. That's why I said woman. Alcott. I'm so weird. Okay, so Little Women. So excited about that. I need to know about that scene.
No.
It's no use, Joe.
Please
Joe, we've
don't.
got to have it out.
No,
I have
hey.
loved you ever since I've known you, Joe. I couldn't help it. And I tried to show and you wouldn't let me, which is fine.
No.
But I must make you here now and give me an answer because I cannot go on like this any longer.
Please.
Whoa.
Okay, I gotta know about this scene. If I can, I'm gonna try to do a Jane Austen book. It is gonna be fall, autumn, and winter. I read under certain forums that Sense and Sensibility kind of falls there, and as well as Northanger Abbey is also another one that is there. You guys let me know which one really is more fall. I'm kind of like leaning towards Sense and Sensibility because Alan Rickman is in there.
I can teach you how to bewitch the mind and ensnare the senses.
And if he's in there, he just, you know, he exudes the fall essence. I mean, just look at him. He's like total goth, geek.
Potato! Come on, Mooney. Go for it. Snape! Expelliarmus!
Nice one, James.
James, finish him up. Right, who wants to see me take off? Snip these trousers.
Hunk. Okay. But yeah, super serious about Jane Austen. I'm not a proper lady if I haven't read a Jane Austen Regency novel yet, if you know what I mean. That's just the way I feel. And, ooh, a couple of Christmas books. I want to do A Christmas Carol by Dickens. I started it, didn't finish it. This is a big theme and a running thing on my channel. And I want to read a few more contemporary authors, Christmas stories. I want to read from Truman Capote. I know he has a book that is like Christmas themed. John Grisham, Richard Paul Evans. I've read a book from him, The Noel Diary. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. And The Polar Express by Chris Van Allsburg. Yeah, which is gonna be such a quick read. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies. But yes, so those are the questions. You guys answer for me if you want. I'll leave the questions down in the description box below. Such a fun time making this video because I've never filmed it. Every year I see people rolling out, I'm like, and I feel so bad. Like, oh, I can't, oh, I don't participate in that because, I don't know, there's always something going on by the middle of the year. Everything is upside down and just chaotic that I never get a chance to, or I feel like I haven't read as many books as, you know, others, but that's okay. This year I've only read like about 15 or 16 books, and I was like, okay, I can work with it. But this was a lot of fun to do this tag. Let me know, you know, what your answers are below in the comments. I'm so excited to see your recommendations and where you guys are as far as an update for the mid-year book check-in. Please subscribe and like the video, and you guys will see me very soon, hopefully. Okay, bye. Oh no, I think I'm getting dark. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, maybe that'll help. Oh, I think that helped a little bit. I don't know. Oh my god, I just ran to my room to go get the books. I love this mug. Kennedy Space Center. It's the cutest little mug. NASA. And then the interior is this cute, I'll put the name of the color up here. It's a beautiful blue. Oh, that one can't see no. It's over here. Just chilling. Ah! Ugh.